Why do we write PR? Let's talk about what we're doing here this semester. The PRSA, which FIU is affiliated with, defines public relations as a strategic communication process that builds mutually beneficial relationships. Notice that it doesn't talk about press releases or media hits or social media campaigns or anything like that. It talks about mutually beneficial relationships between organizations. Think of those as your clients, and you will have clients through the semester, and their publics. Publics is kind of a generic term, and we can think of it in a number of different ways that we'll explore in just a moment. But first, let's kind of look at it visually. This is an idea of how you work for your clients using PR writing. First, start with the idea that people do not know who your client is. Though your client may feel to be well known, unless it's Beyonce or someone else famous, odds are people do not know who your client is. Your goal is to move your client from that outer ring to a point where people know them. And by know them, they mean they recognize the name and what the company or entity is about. But simply knowing that your client exists and having an idea of what it does is not enough. We need to take them to the next level. And that is that they like your client. Because people do business with the people they like. So they know who they are, and they like them, and so they do some business with them. And ultimately, we want to take those people, those publics, as PRSA calls them, to the point where they love your clients so much that they won't do anything else. So, you want to build those relationships with those publics so that they know that your client exists. Once they know they exist, they must like your client so that they want to build relationships. And once they like them, then you can build mutually beneficial relationships so that they will love your client and become loyal customers, collaborators, or allies. I think we know what customers are. Collaborators can be people they work with. It may be vendors, it may be suppliers, it may be all sorts of kinds of people that they work with. And allies are people who support their organization. In a business, it could be referral sources. For a nonprofit, it would be donors or people who are willing to speak well of the organization. Once you've reached that point where the people, those publics, love your client, competitors will have to make great efforts to take them away. So how do we get to that bullseye where the heart is? We use the tools of public relations writing. Let's start at the point where people don't know who your client is. During this semester, we're going to be using tools that create awareness. So writing press releases that announce things about the company that people didn't know. Media kits which provide in-depth information. Blog posts that show expertise and knowledge. Feature stories that show the human component of an organization. Website content, so the company or the entity's website can easily be found through some kind of online search. Social media to engage people, and so forth. Once they know them, but people don't yet like them, we have to build a positive image. Again, you can see many of the same elements are there. And once we get to the point of liking them, but not yet loving them, we utilize many of the same tools. Again, feature stories can create even more and more positive understanding and knowledge of a company. Social media can create such a strong sense of engagement that people will want to go there first to their social media to find out information or to be entertained or to be educated. Content marketing, which we'll be doing as infographics, can really bring people closer to that organization by providing good information that they in turn, those readers of it, will want to share with others. But it's not enough to just get them to love them. You have to keep them loving your clients. And again, you can see here, we're using many of the same things. And during this semester, you'll be writing blog posts, feature stories, creating website content, all the things you see right here. So, Let's talk about our mission. This was developed in the fall 2015 semester by the students in this course. Starts with to learn, obviously, how to create engaging content. It's not enough just to create content. It has to be engaging. It has to be interesting. It has to be something that people want to interact with and they want to share with others. Second part, to perfect grammar, writing styles, and punctuation. If you use poor grammar or you write long and awkward sentences, you won't be understood and your client won't get to be known or liked or loved. And if you use poor punctuation, you will, or incorrect punctuation really, you will hurt your credibility and thereby hurt the credibility of your client. So we must learn in this semester how to create engaging content, and as part of that, to perfect the grammar, the writing styles we used, which includes AP, and punctuation.